Everybody is screaming the bull market is over, but the charts are telling you the complete opposite story. Here are 3 reasons why the bull run is far from done. Let's get into it. Reason number 1, we've been seeing a lot on crypto Twitter mentioning the death cross. The death cross for Bitcoin is often misinterpreted as a bearish in traditional markets. When the 50 moving average crosses below the 200, it signals the end of bullish momentum, the beginning of a bear market. But with Bitcoin, it's different. More often than not, it is marking the lows. All right, so quick refresher for those who are not already aware. The death cross is when the 50 simple moving average crosses below the 200 moving average. Traditionally, that's been bearish for many assets, but with Bitcoin, it's marking the lows. So the most recent one, not the one, but the one prior to that, we got a death cross, and that was marking the lows. We had a death cross near the end of March of 2020, meandered in the low, but this was the event that signaled a multi-month bull market. From the price of that death cross, we did come down another 10%. If you entered right at cross, you would have seen a 49% move up over 200 days. We got the death cross, and from that price, you got a 76% rally, marking the low around 10 to 15% so far. We also got a death cross, fell 8% before rallying 165%. We had a death cross, and this one did confirm a bear market. But notice what's happened here is you had 2 death crosses. The first one, which again marked the area of the low, and you had a rally from that area of around 65%, but then it wasn't able to make new all-time highs, and then it came down. The 200 is flat curling over to the downside. That's what triggered the move to the downside. The momentum was gone on the higher time frames, and then you got a multi-month correction moving on back down the line. We got a death cross. It did mark a rally into the high prior to the shakeout that shall not be named. This was a black swan event. This also caused a death cross. And what happened after that death cross? Massive bull market ensued. It boggles my mind that every time the narrative of death cross comes into the markets, that nobody looks to the prior history of Bitcoin to determine if that's a problem or not. It's just this sensationalizing thing where these crypto influencers sensationalize fear and say, guys, we just had a death cross. It's over. What happened last time? Oh, it rallied. What happened the time before that? Oh, it rallied. And the time before that, they all mark the lows. This whole death cross thing, throw it out the window. It is debunked. It is a signal for you to be buying. The second reason that I think the bull market is going to continue and that the lows are here today is fear and greed. The market is always wrong. 95% of traders lose money because they trade following emotions. Markets are very illogical. The best opportunities are when everybody's scared. Why? Because there's a rotation. Dumb money is selling to smart money. Smart money is not going to sell any further. And the dumb money is just wanting to exit their positions. They bought at the highs, they're selling at the lows. Smart money is buying at the lows and selling at the high. It's the supply and demand movements of the market. If you are trading with your emotions, I can pretty much guarantee you have done nothing but lose money following that strategy. You have to be counter to the herd. And when I look at this, it makes me bullish. Look back at history. Let's go all-time high. We have not seen levels of fear this low since the FTX collapse, Terra Luna. This is the 3rd time in Bitcoin's history using the CoinMarketCap fear and greed index that fear has been this low. Warren Buffett, the most famous investor, buy when others are fearful and sell when others are greedy. Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Now is the time to be greedy. Back up the truck. It's time to load up. The best trades I've made make me feel sick to my stomach when I press the buy button. When you are looking at this market and you cannot fathom buying in a market environment that is giving you every reason of certainty that we are going to go lower, but you buy anyways, and it just curdles your stomach. Your stomach just churns. You're just like, oh, it's almost like giving up, where you're just like, I don't know what to do. I know in the long run, this will work out. I don't care if I have to hold for 5 years. I'm just going to start DCAing. Those are the best buys, the multi-bagger buys. It's going to hurt. The reason it hurts is why there's value. One of the best indicators is counter trading sentiment. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to give you a very clear and concise view of the market. Join the Discord, links down below. Join the free Discord community where I've been sharing setups. We're ready to get that next multi-bagger. If you've been struggling to learn how to trade this market, you need to train your mind to be counter narrative. Look at the results. We had 2 extreme fear events, one at the FTX and one at this bull market low. Here's the FTX low. From that extreme fear, it rallied 43%. From the second extreme fear, it rallied 600%. This is the time to be bullish. We could be seeing another 600% because we've never seen the fear get this low. Another 600%. You're looking at a $500,000 Bitcoin. This is just how markets work. Smart money is buying. If you are selling, smart money is buying. They are there to accumulate. They know the long-term vision of Bitcoin. They are going to capture that supply. They are going to hold it. It will not be available for sale. Once you sell them your Bitcoin, it's not going back onto the market. And that is going to create increasing price sensitivity to Bitcoin. And as soon as the flow of the bullish narrative flows, that capital goes towards Bitcoin, this thing is just going to take off like a rocket. And finally, the last indicator that I'm going to share with you that is very actionable, the 3-day green diamond. We do not get these signals often. They are some of the most powerful signals in our entire trading strategy. When these show up, we get excited. It's time to learn how simple this strategy is to trade. I'm going to clean up the indicator. You don't need to see it all here. So I'm going to remove the moving averages. I'm going to remove the backgrounds, and I'm just going to leave the green diamonds. Okay. Look at these lows. The last 3-day green diamond marked FTX. If you were a buyer the day FTX collapsed, you were a 20K Bitcoin buyer. Did it go to 15? Yeah. Who cares if you were buying at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? Bitcoin went to $125,000 after that. It does not matter. Even if you got this first signal at 28, it does not matter. This is the Terra Luna event right here. So it was Terra Luna, then FTX, boom, one right after another. Then you had the global shakeout. The entire world was incredibly scared at that point. Our indicator being clear as day, definitive buy. With that buy, you saw a meteoric rise. You got a 1,200% rally. These signals should not be ignored. Here is the 2018 bear market capitulation event. If you held through the entire bull market, 1,400% move. These things should not be ignored. Here was the 2017 cycle, which I actually think our cycle is going to be very similar to that, but I'll dive into that in another video. You did have a couple that were a little premature. The weekly green diamonds, if we see the weekly green diamonds, which that's not the topic of today's video because that's not what we're looking at today, but say we do get a green diamond, those have no false signals whatsoever. But these ones, even still, you're buying Bitcoin at 360K after it rallied all the way to 1,200. That's a good buy. Then it went down to 164 before heading to $20,000, a 10,000% move. Who cares if you were buying at 300, 200, or 150? It went to 20,000 after that. I know that you're tired. I know that you are just thinking that maybe the Bitcoin narrative is getting choked out by the AI trade or different markets. Or maybe you're thinking in the prior cycle, so many people got burned that retail's not interested in this market right now. Institutions are buying. If you don't think they're buying, you're not paying attention. They are buying your bags. If you are selling Bitcoin now, you think retail is buying? You think Uncle Joe at Thanksgiving is buying your Bitcoin, when you sell it on the exchange, every sell has a buyer. Who do you think is buying that Bitcoin? It's the institutions. They are hoovering it up because they understand where this thing is going. They understand that the herd is distracted with AI. They understand that the money's being made in different parts of the market when that rotation takes place. It's just, an AI narrative where AI buys Bitcoin for the first time. Everything's back to crypto. If there's a narrative that builds saying, oh, AI now chooses crypto, it's method of paying each other, it's game over. You're going to see $1 million Bitcoin in a matter of months. Stay in there, hang in the game. It's not over. Macro, higher highs, higher lows. We're long, we're strong. I got nothing bearish to share. We did have a breakdown of this structure. It's a bear trap. Retail is not here. When retail comes, you'll know. Right now, you're struggling to buy. When the retail FOMO comes in, you're going to struggle to sell. It's going to be equal and opposite. The hardest part to do right now is buy. When we get to the euphoria top, which we haven't seen yet, and we will, it will be just as hard to sell. Practice muscle memory, stick to a plan, take risk, trade, use futures, all available for free. If interested, check out the links below. We have a free Discord sharing our entries, exits, take profits, information to help you get from ground zero to looking at trading as a career. If you want to travel, become location and financially independent, you need to acquire these skills to take with you anywhere in the world under any circumstances and be able to pull up profits that you can do what you want. And that's the ultimate form of freedom, optionality in your lifestyle. If you're stuck at the same job, you're at the behest of your employer. Not to say that's a bad thing. If you're happy and you want to live and collect a paycheck and just have that stability, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're wanting to gain the skills to open up the world to different possibilities, languages, cultures, countries, it's available for free in the Discord. So check that out. Anyways, that is all the time I have for today. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave it. Don't forget to subscribe. Share it with anybody that you think would find value. Spread this stuff like butter. And until next time, please trade safe. It is jungle out there. Peace.